Ah, broken nail. Alright, we are going to be replacing the reverse lockout collar in my 2017 Mustang GT today. And the reason why is because my shifter collar completely disintegrated. They say it's a two-piece design from Ford, but I actually think it's like a three-piece. But you got the top piece, you got this other bottom piece, and then there's another piece back here. You'll see after I remove the boot. That's separate from these two pieces. It's almost like it's held with this tape that I can peel off. I mean, it's just a terrible design. So we're going to replace this. I got the Steeda billet aluminum lockout. So we're going to put that in and go from there. All right, so the first step is going to be removing the shifter knob. And the next step is going to be a little bit trickier. You got to remove this plastic trim piece. You do have to watch out. You do not want to break any clips. So I have trim piece removal tools that I got off of Amazon. I'll go ahead and link that down in the description below. You do want to use these. You want to be very careful with this. You don't want to break any of those tabs. So the first thing is to get behind here and start prying up. Just destroyed my hands. Yep, once you get that first part up, start prying around each edge. Sorry, hit the camera. There you go. Now that's up. That's out of the way. You can already start seeing this starting to flake off. It's almost like chrome tape that they put around this piece. Just poor quality, very poor quality. All right, now when you have that up, I have the stock shifter. So there are 3 clips. I'm sure you've seen in other videos. If you have watched other videos, if you haven't, there are 3 clips. One's right here, and one's on the back side. You need to kind of pry them out a little bit while pulling up to get it unseated, so that you can pull the whole thing up. Okay. Well, that part of my reverse collar just came off. That was expected though. This also came off. Now you got to save this. You cannot lose this. So make sure you put it in a safe spot. Make sure you put it back on when you put the new billet aluminum lockout on. You don't want to break these clips, so you got to be very gentle with it. All right. Now we're off. Now we got to get that out of there. And because it's a 2-piece design and it's glued in, it's going to be a pain. However, since mine's already broke, I might just break some more of this off. Maybe that'll make it a little bit easier. You can kind of see, like it's almost like they secure it with tape. Aluminum tape. Just terrible, terrible design. Ah, broken nail. And I'm bleeding. Yeah, I would definitely suggest using a hammer. Just like put it on the pavement and just hammer it right here. And that should break it all apart. You don't need anything in here. All right, I gave it one whack with the hammer and it completely disintegrated to the point where I can get that middle piece out and just start peeling away. Yep, that's my suggestion. Just take a hammer to it and it'll break it right apart. You're going to have to open this up a little bit. So you're going to have to cut some of these stitches on both sides so that you can open it up a little bit more to go over top of the reverse collar. So this is going to be where your scissors come into play. You're also going to need it to cut the zip tie. I'm just gonna give a little cut. Actually, I have a better idea. I'm going to cut through it, but I'm not going to worry about getting some of the stitches out. I'm just going to do just enough on this top part. See how this is kind of flat, but this side sticks up more. This is the side that goes to the front. You can tell by the flat part. I'm actually just going to cut off to the side a little bit just to open it up. We're going to use a zip tie to secure it anyways, so it's not really that big of a deal. But instead of like trying to get down to these stitches and cut through, if you do it off to the side, like, I don't know, like that. I probably cut a little bit too much, but that's okay. Like I said, we're going to use a zip tie to do it. But if you just cut just a little bit like that, that should be enough to give you enough clearance for that reverse lockout. So we'll go ahead and try to put this in. Now, I'll show you this in a second. This little notch has to be towards you, not facing the front of the vehicle, towards the rear. It's very easy when you put it in. Just make sure you find the rounded bottom and put it in this way. Don't put it up like this because you're going to have to reverse it. You're going to have to turn it. All right, so make sure you put it at the bottom with the rounded edge. I'm going to put this through. Hopefully that was enough. And it was. Look at that. Once you have it like that, all you need is your zip tie. Put it around. Kind of make it go in like a little groove that goes all the way around. You can probably see it a little bit right there. A little groove that goes all the way around. Just keep your boot pretty close to the top, or the bottom technically, and then use your zip tie to secure it, and then it won't move. Now, like I said, make sure that notch goes around this quarter curved piece at the bottom, because that curved piece is down here. You want to make sure it's facing the rear of the vehicle. Now you can see I'm a little bit off centered. You want to make sure that notch is lined up perfectly with this stitch. All right, so when you get in there, just go ahead and turn it over. Make sure it's lined up. Just like that. Now it's perfect. So when you put it in there, I'll take a picture and show it to you guys. There is a little notch in the shift collar, I guess. You want to make sure that slides right into that notch. All right, take your zip tie. Doesn't matter how long it is, you're going to cut off the excess anyways. I'm going to put it over like that. And you're going to secure it into that channel, just like that. And then we'll hold it perfectly. And you just cut off the excess. Like that. Okay, now again, make sure you put your washer back on. Like so. It should slide back down. Just like that. I want to make sure that piece stays. Alright, now put it back together. Make sure that gets in there. Clamps into place. Remember that tab we were talking about inside there? Make sure it's in. Put your boot back down. Just like that. That feels already 100 times better than the factory shifter. It's not stupid plastic either. That should have came from the factory. All right. Now we'll go and put our tray back in. Now when you put your shift knob back on, you want to use Loctite, and you actually want to put the car into reverse. That way it's kind of all the way up. Because if you put the shift knob on, and you put it all the way down, when you go to put it in reverse, it might not go into reverse because it might not be able to go up high enough. And then you have to remove the shifter, apply more Loctite, and then put it back on and hopefully get it right the second time. All right, so go ahead and put your Loctite on there. Just a couple dabs around. Just enough to Just enough for your shift knob to be secure. All right, that is pretty good right there. Feels good. I can put it in reverse, no problem. First, it goes in reverse, and we're good. That feels good. That's it for the install. Please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more how-to videos. Thanks for watching.